lesson 28, and this one is specifically for cellos. We are going to be talking about alto clef. The violins and violas are reviewing bass clef today, or learning bass clef. You guys already know that, so we're going to talk about alto clef. Alto clef is what the violas use, and we've drawn the alto clef, but it's a thick line, then a thin line, and then it's like a capital letter B, where the middle of the B comes right in here and touches that center line. The center line, what this B is showing us, that's C, okay? So sometimes the alto clef is also called the C clef, okay? For bass clef, this note right here, note C, is here for you guys, okay? So when you see this note and play it, the violas see this and play it, okay? That's the same pitch. The violins, when they see that note, or they want to play that note, it looks like this, okay? Okay, so if this is C, we'll put C in the middle. We'll go up from here, D, E, F, G, and then here's A for them, open A. C, B, A, G, there's our open G string, F, E, D, and then their open C string is right here, okay? Open C string for them is the same as this note for you, okay? Now, why do we use different clefs? Okay, like why did the violas use this clef and the cellos use this clef? Okay, here's why. This is their lowest note. So they would never, in their music, they would never use the last two lines, the bottom two lines, the bottom space, or even any ledger lines. But all of these notes would then put them way up with ledger lines, okay? So why not move the notes that they can play, that they most often play, so here's their lowest pitch, right into the staff. It's much easier to read notes on the staff than to read ledger lines. So that's why we use an alto clef, okay? So the lines, you can remember the lines. Get rid of these here. This is F. Fords and Chevys eat gas, okay? So Fords and Chevys, that's a type of car or truck. So that's why it says Fords and Chevys eat gas. Then the spaces, good brakes don't fail, okay? Bad brakes fail, huh? So good brakes don't fail. So you can remember the lines that way. Now, this is completely free of charge, and this is not on your worksheet, but I want you to watch something real quick. Cellos, sometimes for you, when you have to play really high, we were talking about all those ledger lines, okay? So let's say here's your open A string, and you have to play on A and go up into thumb position, F, G, A, because you guys can play way up here. So that's kind of a pain to read, right? All of those ledger lines. So we use what's called tenor clef sometimes for the cellos. It's the same clef as alto clef. Okay, so here's alto clef pointing to the middle line, which is C, right? Tenor clef moves up a line, and it points to this line as C. Okay, so now if this line is C, which means this, right? So now this note is down here. So we have C, D, E, F, oops, one extra line there, G. If it was in bass clef, it would look like, let's do this. There's tenor clef. These same notes, how you would play them in bass clef, would look like this. C, D, E, F, G. Okay? So you could either read these with all the ledger lines, or you can read this, because now this is C instead of this being C. When it's on the fourth line, we call it tenor clef. Okay? We'll get more into that in the next level of theory, but I want you to know when you see that you have, for you guys, you have to pay attention as to where the middle of the alto clef is pointing. Is it on the middle line? Wherever that is, wherever it's pointing, that's C. Okay? So this is C here, then we just move it up a line. We move to the clef. But you'll see that the clef actually move up on the staff, okay? Then your second page is alto clef. This is not tenor clef, alto clef, like for violas. So Fords and Chevys eat gas are the lines, and good breaks don't fail are the spaces. That's it. The very bottom of the page, I put in some, you have to fill in the notes for the word beaded or baggage, okay? Write in the notes so that you can spell a word on the staff. That's it for this year for theory. Great job, you guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned a lot, and have a great summer. See you later.